Hi, everybody. I just want to give you an update on how I'm doing with cancer treatment and my autoimmune treatment. So, I think I talked to you last time about sleepiness, or what they call excessive daytime sleepiness, or somnolence, which is a weird word. So, I've done a little bit of research on that. And what I've learned so far is that because of the Arava and the Perjeta and Herceptin, which I'm on for my diseases, two of them have the side effect of diarrhea. And I've come to find that there's a link between the diarrhea and the excessive daytime sleepiness, or EDS. So I don't know exactly why they did the medical papers didn't go into details as to why the excessive sleepiness comes in with the intestinal issues, but I think that's what's causing. I don't think it's actually a medication side effect. I think the diarrhea itself is causing the excessive sleepiness. And it's really weird. It's like it's hard to explain this kind of stuff. It's not like I'm tired all day long. It's like I can get up, I feel great. I feel like I'm rested, even though last night I was up like every hour, and I'd go bathroom, get a quick drink of water and lay back down and fall back asleep, and then I'd be up an hour later and repeat the process over and over again. So, and I feel like I rested when I get up and I have the energy, but as soon as I sit down, it's like I want to start nodding off almost instantly. It's gotten pretty bad. Then again, here's the thing that's also gotten bad is the diarrhea lately. I did just have my treatment a week and a half ago. So I do expect that because the Perjeta is given every 3 weeks and it's a known diarrhea maker, that it would be bad, after the treatment, which it has been. I think, I made a couple of mistakes with my diet and timing of my pills, and it kind of got really bad. So, but I think I've got it under control again. I think we'll see. But I think the longer you have the diarrhea, the worse the sleepiness problem gets. And I'm not sure if it's because maybe there's a nutritional imbalance that's going on because the food's going through so fast, or maybe it's some low level dehydration, or it's the intestinal, blah, 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 moving around, making noises, just those kind of disturbances. I'm not sure, or if it's all three things, or even more. But I thought I wanted to share that because I think a lot of people, this is not fatigue. When I go outside and I'm active, I feel great. My body doesn't feel tired. My mind doesn't feel tired. It's almost the opposite. When I'm up and walking around, it's almost as if I'm hyper, which could be my body is overcompensating for the EDS. But so it's not like I'm sleepy. I don't want to call this fatigue. This is not the same thing as fatigue. I think that's what a lot of people want to mistake EDS for fatigue, and it's not the same thing. Fatigue is with you all the time. The moment you get up to the moment you go down. That is what I consider fatigue. Fatigue is when you are physically and mentally tired and you don't have the energy to do anything. I don't have that problem. I actually want to get up and do things. But then, having cancer treatment and, trying to deal with that, I do need to take breaks. The problem is when I take a break, I want to pass out. And I don't want to take a nap because that's going to screw up the sleeping problem even more. So it's one of those things where, I wanted to define the difference between fatigue and excessive daytime sleepiness, or EDS, because they're not the same thing. I do not have fatigue. I do not have depression. I don't have anything like that. I've felt like I've been telling other people I feel the best I have in over a year. I feel great, other than the diarrhea and this sensation of the EDS. So a little more about how the EDS feels. Okay. Another thing I noticed with this when it's kind of bad is I have a really, really hard time concentrating. It's like my ADD is in overdrive. My brain's boop, 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 boop. It's popping everywhere, and it gets really hard to remember stuff. So it's almost like a brain fog, but it's not, I think I consider brain fog more of a slow, kind of hard to think kind of a thing. But this is not like, I've had brain fog and it's not quite like that. This is more like I can't focus. And since I can't focus, my brain's just kind of like, it's like a pinball. It's just bouncing from here to there. It won't even stay in one spot very long. And it makes it really hard to get some of these things done I want to get done. So I have to write things down and make multiple reminders of myself. But you know, it's fine. I'm still getting stuff done, so I'm fine with it. But it's not the same thing as brain fog. So the effect of the brain that this EDS has on the brain is not the same as brain fog. It's like I can feel like my senses are on high alert. I feel like I'm on high alert. Again, I think that's my body overcompensating for the lack of good quality sleep, maybe. Maybe my adrenal glands are working a little bit harder. Maybe that's why I feel like I'm on high alert, like noises. I've never startled easily, but I feel myself like I'll jump a little bit, like at strange noises, or I'll turn and look at something like, you know, something, my attention is like a dog and a squirrel. Okay. Squirrel, squirrel, squirrel. That's how I feel right now. I'm not sleepy, but you know, once I'm done making this video and it's quiet, I'm going to start getting really sleepy, you know. And another thing I noticed too, as this EDS is kind of progressing and I'm just now getting the diarrhea back under control, is that when I sit down, I'm not doing anything that's engaging. It needs to be engaging to keep me awake. If it's just passive, I'm gone. I'm like trying to stay awake and it's just not happening. Another thing I noticed, I just lost my train of thought. Oh, I hate when that happens. See, there's an example. I've done this before in a video, but anyway, the way it feels, it's not fatigue. It's not brain fog. It's completely different. It's like, it's ADD and it's too much adrenaline. And then it's like someone knocks you out as soon as you sit on your butt. The respiration. So another thing I noticed besides the energy, huge fluctuations, you know, between standing up and sitting down. And then the mental aspect of it is the respiration. As soon as I sit down, I notice that my respiration incredibly goes down. I mean, it's just like I'm barely breathing. And I check my O2. My O2 levels are great. Again, I use one of these little guys here. It's an oxygen sensor. You just stick it on your finger, press the button, you know, and it tells you right now it's back. Of course, it's backwards, but you can, you know, it says right now it says 98, 78. So it'll say that backwards for you, 98, 78, 90. So 98 is pretty damn good. My finger's up high. So if I lower it down to heart level, it'll go probably up to 99. Okay. So I know when I'm respiring that slowly, it's still 98, 99%. So it's not like I'm, you know, oxygen deprived, and that's why I feel sleepy. Okay, I eliminated that. My heart's fine. My heart feels great. I have no problems with my heart. It's just my brain's just going, nope, you need to go to sleep. So I think it's important to, if you talk to your doctor about, you know, being sleepy during the time, you got to be really detailed, because it's not the same as fatigue. It's not the same for me. Fatigue, it means my muscles, my arms, my legs, my brain, everything's tired. For me, it's what fatigue is. Fatigue might be slightly different for you. But EDS is a completely different bird from fatigue. Okay? So if you have excessive daytime sleepiness, make sure you're clear that it's not fatigue. You're like, for me, like I said, I have lots of energy. I want to get stuff done. I'm like, boom, boom, let's do it. Let's go. But as soon as I sit down, respiration goes down. Like, I'm like, you know, I'm trying to keep the brain going here. But it's interesting. So I thought I'd share that with you. So the diarrhea is causing the somnolence. SOMNOLENCE. So somnolence, I guess. I should figure out how to pronounce it, because it's driving me nuts. But otherwise, I'm doing great. You know, as far as side effects goes, I mean, nothing too bad. I mean, if I had a little bit of back tightness, but I really don't have any complaints. My appetite's been pretty good. A little bit of nausea off and on, but you know what? When you're undergoing cancer treatment and autoimmune treatment, A little bit nausea, no big deal. I'm good. I'll take that. The diarrhea part I could live without. You know, but now that's another thing I wanted to just maybe I should take another video of that. But talking about how to properly identify your poo, because it's important to know the difference between a soft poo and a diarrhea poo. But that's another video. Anyway, so that excessive daytime sleepiness and fatigue, not the same thing. Make sure if you talk to your doctor about it that you are very clear with your details, because the more information you give your doctor, the better and more quickly they'll be able to treat you. Anyway, take care. Take care of your health, take care of your heart, take care of your mind, take care of the ones around you, and enjoy the holidays.